Turn your attention to northwestern Italy and cast your mind back to the late 1980s, when Gianluca Pagliuca started patrolling the Sampdoria goal when he had just hit his 20s. 3 decades on, and another young keeper's making his mark. Emil Audero, a product of the Juventus Academy, started his journey far, far away.
Io sono nato in Indonesia.
I was born in Indonesia, in Lombok, and I lived there for my first year. Then my family and I moved to Italy, near Turin.
La mia famiglia, tutti qui in Italia, in provincia di Torino.
Serie A itself is special and has international appeal.
La Serie A è vista...
Serie A is really popular back home. Fans are really passionate about the league, but especially Juventus and Inter, because they're the most famous.
quelle più acclamate. La
Sampdoria was one of the first teams to develop a fan base in Indonesia.
Sono abbastanza conosciuto, soprattutto
I am fairly well known, mainly on the island where I was born.
dove sono nato. Sono uno dei pochi
Because I am one of the few players in a top league that comes from Indonesia.
per un campionato massimo qui in Italia.
A hero abroad, and he is developing quite a reputation in Italy, where, let's face it, there's a fair bit of competition between the sticks.
Ci sono tanti portieri
There are a lot of young goalkeepers in Serie A who are doing well.
ben affermati.
Keepers who have established themselves.
Che
Donnarumma is a prime example, considering how well he's done.
come Emil
Then there's Meret.
e anche io
And
sono
I'm developing pretty quickly too.
una crescita e spero che tutto il nostro
I hope things continue to develop as they have.
in questa direzione.
Although still fine-tuning his talent, Audero is already in harmony with a true virtuoso in this position.
The goalkeeper's job is particularly difficult because there's a lot of downtime. To stay focused for the entire match, I used to narrate what was happening throughout the game to myself. That way, I was always focused on the match.
Condivido in pieno.
I completely agree with the words of one of the all-time greats, Dino Zoff.
Zoff. Cercare
Every goalie has their own technique, their own way to maintain focus during a game.
passo passo, magari un passaggio.
I didn't know he'd said these things, but I share his trick of staying focused on the game by commentating and following each pass in the game.
Focus required in Bergamo on Sunday, Sampdoria have only won once away. Though Audero and the defence have conceded only a single goal on the road. That said, hosts Atalanta, winless since the opening round, have let in only one goal at home, thanks in part to their keeper, 23-year-old Pierluigi Gollini.
Credo che tra me e
I think the next game between Atalanta and Sampdoria presents an interesting challenge between myself and Gollini.
Sampdoria. Sarà una sfida
Facing Atalanta will be challenging for us.
complicata perché
They are no longer a surprise.
più
They have established themselves as one of the toughest teams to take on in the league,
puntare nel campionato, specie in
even more so when they play at home.
fisica, è una squadra che
They're very physical and have European experience,
è europeo, quindi
so they know how to manage each phase of the game.
della gara e noi però
But
andremo
we're going there to have our say,
come gioco, come qualità,
as a squad and in terms of play.
una delle squadre che
We're one of the most proactive teams in the league.
come tipo di gioco, come modo di fare calcio.